Okay, so as I have told you, bali ang magiging focus natin is yung uh, problem 2. So we are asked to compute for the net income using the absorption costing and variable costing. So what I'm going to do is uh, mag-prepare muna nung long solution, no? Yung long income statement. And then later, I'll teach you the shorter version, no? Of computing the net income in both methods. So, I have already sent you some videos in advance, no? So hindi na ako masyado mag-focus doon sa theories, no? Pero to recall, no, yung isa sa pinaka-basic concept doon sa sa lesson is ang pinagkaiba ng absorption at variable costing is the treatment of the fixed production cost, no? So si absorption is in most cases dinedelay niya yung recognition ng fixed overhead or fixed production cost as expense kasi maiiwan yon sa inventory when the units produced were not sold. On the other hand, si variable costing, uh, it doesn't care whether units are sold or not, no? Sa variable costing, fixed overhead will be instantly and immediately expensed regardless whether units produced are sold or not, no? So ang nakikita nating advantage nung variable costing over absorption costing is yung fixed cost dahil ine-expense niya ang instantly kasi nga ang logic niya doon is yung kasing fixed cost is tied to the capacity of the company to produce at yung capacity naman ay hindi nagbabago. So yun yung logic niya, bakit niya ine-expense agad-agad, no? Hindi kailangang i-delay kasi yung capacity hindi naman nagbabago from period to period. Okay? So yun yung kanyang logic doon. Although hindi yan sumusunod doon sa GAAP, no? Kasi yung GAAP ang sabi i-expense mo lang yung yung fixed cost kapag nabenta yung units kung saan related yung fixed cost. So, yun yung pinagkaiba nila. Okay, so let's start. Una, dun muna tayo sa absorption costing. So, we compute for the net income using absorption costing. Yun yung unahin natin kasi yun yung natutunan natin sa basic accounting or financial accounting under either Ma'am Sol or Ma'am Doya. Okay, so let's start. So ang unahin natin, starting point natin ay yung unit selling price na 15 pesos. Then we multiply that to the number of units sold, which is 190,000. Maybe I should zoom a little. Yan. Okay. Para mas kita. Nasaan na yun? Ayan, ito. Okay. Para nakafocus tayo. Ayan. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So units selling price times the units sold is of course the total sales. So you have 2,850,000. Now let's compute for the uh cost of goods sold. So unahin natin yung fixed production cost. So according to the problem, meron siyang budgeted fixed overhead na 400,000. I don't think the problem gave us the actual overhead. So we assume the budgeted fixed overhead is also the actual fixed overhead incurred. So, yun na yung gamitin natin. So, budgeted fixed overhead na 400,000, we divide it by the uh, production, no? Ay, sorry, no. I think problem 2 pala uses standard costing. So, that's why to compute for the fixed overhead applied to production, we start with the budgeted fixed overhead. No, standard costing pala yung gamit dito. Okay. So, we compute for the fixed overhead per unit, no, standard fixed overhead per unit. So, to obtain the amount, we divide the budgeted fixed overhead by the budgeted production. So, 400,000 pesos divided by 200,000. So, you get the standard fixed overhead per unit of 2 pesos. And then, isama natin dyan sa 2 pesos yung standard variable cost per unit naman. So, yung production cost, which are variable, according to the problem, are materials and indirect factory costs na 8 pesos and 2 pesos respectively. So, we get the total, we get 10 pesos. So, if we combine 2 and 10, that will give you 12 pesos standard factory cost per unit. So, multiply mo yan sa number of units sold. No? Kasi, di ba, sa absorption costing, you only expense the cost associated with sold units. So, 12 times 190,000 will give you a cost of goods sold of 2,280,000. So, deduct that from your sales. Ito, yan, 2,850,000 less 2,280,000. That will give you your gross profit or gross margin of 570,000. Now, we deduct the operating expenses. According to the problem, we have 1 pesos of variable selling and admin expense. So, multiply that to the unit sold, 190,000 yung unit sold natin. So, that will give you a total variable operating expense of 190,000. And then, we have budgeted fixed selling and admin, budgeted na 300,000. So we assume that's also the actual expense. So that's your budgeted that's your operating expense, fixed operating expense 300,000. So you deduct yan, no? Deduct 300 and 190 from 570. That will give you a net income under absorption costing of 80,000. Now, we proceed to the variable costing approach. So, regarding sales, wala naman silang pinagkaiba sa sales, no? Same solution and same amount of 2,850,000. Now, saan sila magkaiba? Doon sa uh, treatment ng budgeted fixed overhead. For the variable costing, i-expense niyang lahat yung 400. Unlike dito sa kabila, let me check this one. If you remember dito sa absorption costing, kinuha natin yung fixed overhead per unit, no? Tapos, ayun, 2 pesos na yan, nasa loob nitong 12, no? So, yung 12, multiply natin sa 190. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, by doing that solution, no, 2 pesos, kasi yung 2 pesos nasa loob nito, times 190, ang in-expense mo lang dito ay yung fixed overhead related to the unit sold. Pero, dito sa variable costing, yung buong 400 will be expensed. Wala nang allocation na mangyayari. No? I-expense mo lahat yung 400. So, mag-allocate ka lang ay para dun sa variable cost. So, wala namang pinag-iba sa solution ng variable cost. No? 10 pesos din. Then, you multiply that to a number of units sold na 190,000. So, you'll get 1,900,000 of variable production cost na i-expense. So, you combine 400 and 1,900,000. So, under variable costing, you will have 2,300,000 of cost of goods sold. No? So, yung gross profit under variable costing is 550,000. And then sa expense, wala naman ding pinagkaiba. No? Yun pa rin, kagaya nung sa uh, absorption costing. No? For the variable selling and admin, 190,000 din siya. No? 1 pesos times number of units sold. And then yung fixed operating expenses na 300, i-expense mo din naman lahat yon, no? Kasi hindi naman uso yung pagde-delay ng recognition ng operating expense as expense, no? Hindi yan nangyayari whether in absorption or variable costing. So proceeding, deduct 190 and 300 from 550. You'll have net income of 60,000 pesos. Okay? So magkaiba sila ng net income, no? So dito, 80,000. Sa kabila, 60,000. Ito, yan, 60,000. So now, tapos na tayo dun sa long method. So, paano ba yung short method nung pag-compute ng net income? No? So, let's have this one. So, I'll give you two approaches. One is, paano pag ang starting point mo ay yung net income under absorption. And the second one is, paano naman pag yung starting point mo is net income under variable costing. So, net income under absorption as computed earlier is 80,000. Now, yung difference between the net income ng absorption and variable stems from the fixed cost. Specifically, yung fixed cost related dun sa hindi nabentang units yung nasa ending inventory, no? So yun dun magmumula yung ating reconciling item. Now, 'pag tiningnan natin yung ating problem, just look at your book there. Nag-produce ka ng 200,000, nabenta yung 190,000. So it follows, meron kang 10,000 ending inventory. The fixed cost related to that 10,000 ending inventory will be the adjustment to arrive at the net income under variable costing. So, what are we going to do? We will deduct the 20,000 pesos fixed cost related to the ending inventory from 80,000. Bakit siya i-deduct? Kasi yung 20,000 na yan, na fixed cost, hindi yan i-expense ni absorption costing. Hindi i-expense. That means, dahil mas maliit ang expense sa absorption costing, mas malaki yung net income niya kaysa kay variable costing. Kaya, i-deduct mo 80 less 20 is 60,000. On the other hand, what if kung yung iyong starting point is yung net income under variable costing, which is 60,000? Again, ang magiging adjustment mo is 20,000 pesos. Yun pa ring fixed cost of the ending inventory. But this time, i-add mo siya. Why? Kasi, mas malaki yung expense ni ah ni variable costing, no? Rather, no? Mas malaki yung expense niya kasi yung 10,000 na fixed cost ng ending inventory, i-expense niya, si absorption costing, ide-delay niya. So dahil mas malaking expense niya, ibig sabihin, mas maliit siya. No, yung net income ni variable, mas maliit kay absorption costing. So ibig sabihin, yung net income ni absorption costing is 80,000. We have to correct this one. Mali yung label. This is absorption costing. Okay, sorry for that little error there. Ayan. Okay? So yun yung shorter version of uh, computing for the net income ng variable costing at absorption costing.